Hello, my beautiful yogi friend. I am Mel. I'm so happy you're here, and welcome to today's Vinyasa. You will need a yoga mat, and you may want to have those yoga blocks close by. Let's go ahead and begin in that nice child's pose. Option here, yogi, if you want to place that block underneath that forehead, you are welcome to do so. Those fingertips reach towards the top of the mat. Feet are together, knees are wide. Start to settle into your space, into the breath. Connect with that strong Ujjayi breath. If you're unfamiliar with that Ujjayi breath, you inhale and exhale through the nose, creating that space in the back of the throat. It sounds like this. Some people say it reminds them of the ocean, and breath is our life force energy, so making sure we focus on the breath in our practice is so important. In today's practice, yogi, it's all about being present. Yoga Sutra 2 teaches us about chitta vritta, restraint of the modifications of the mind stuff is yoga. Yoga teaches us to be present, calming the chatter in the monkey mind. The entire science of yoga is actually based off of this. The asanas allow us to become a moving meditation with our breath. Let go of any attachments of the outcome of your practice today and just be. Let the bliss of the present moment run through you. Connect with your mat, your breath, your body today as you fully check in. Yogi, take a moment to make an energetic map of your body. Become aware of anything that may come up for you right now or in this practice. What comes up while on the mat is usually a reflection of what we are dealing with off the mat. If you feel unbalanced, check in and see where in your day-to-day you can bring more balance. Set your ego aside and meet yourself where you are in each asana, each breath, each sacred moment. Take a few more breaths here, yogi. Remembering you are exactly where you need to be. Honoring this time together as we have the abilities to move our bodies. We are healthy, we are strong. And when you're ready, meet me in that tabletop position. Take a moment, kitties making biscuits, yielding into that mat. Focusing on that yogi grip here, you make that Nike check mark with that pointer finger and that thumb and that pinky squeeze down into the mat, and that middle finger will some as well. Notice the lifting of that palm off the mat. That's what's going to help to protect those wrists, those carpals there. Those wrists are underneath those shoulders. The knees are underneath those hips. Let's start with those excellent cat-cows. Here we go. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, cat. Feel the protraction of the shoulders. One more. Exhale, cow. Feel the extension of the spine. Exhale, cat. Feel the flexion of the spine. Take a moment here, yogi. Go into those intuitive movements. Whatever feels right for you today, honor that. Maybe it's dancing lion. Maybe you stay a little more stationary and just sway the hips right to left. Taking the ear to the shoulders, whatever. His best. Throughout your practice, yogi, today, remember to allow your breath to guide you. This is not Simon Says. I want you to really do what's best for you. And beautiful tabletop position. Right palm stays down, but turn those fingertips towards that right knee. Giving yourself some nice wrist stretch here. If it's accessible, you can kind of go back a little, stretch that wrist a little more. Beautiful, bring it back and switch. That left fingertips now go towards that left knee. Palm stays down. Lean back if it feels okay for you. We do so much texting and typing these days. It's good to stretch those wrists and come back to that tabletop. The back of that right hand goes down to the mat. Palm faces towards the ceiling, fingertips again towards that right knee. This may be intense already, or you can join me in wiggling those right fingertips, keeping that yogi grip into that left hand. I love these. And let's switch. The back of that left hand goes down, palm faces up, fingertips towards the knees. Wiggle those fingertips if you like that today. And every day is different, so just always checking in. And bring it back to tabletop. One more wrist here. Take those fingertips to the long side of the mat, bringing those wrists in together, and give yourself some gentle wrist circles. And yogi, this may not be for you today, and that is okay. Always listen to your body and go in the opposite direction if you have not already. Excellent. And bring it back into that tabletop position. Left hand stays down, rotate open towards the right, extending those right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Give yourself a little smile. And exhale, thread that needle, taking that right ear down towards the mat. Right palm faces up, keeping the knees in line with the hip. Option to extend that left arm. Left hand comes to the face if it was not already there. Press down into that left hand to rotate you open once more. And, ooh, I had a little pop there. Back to that tabletop. Here we go. Right hand stays down. Rotate open now towards that left side. Left fingertips extending towards the sky. Exhale. Thread that needle. That left ear now goes down to the mat. Option again, extend that arm. If you extended that arm, bring that right palm back to that face. Press down as you rotate open towards that left side once more. And meet me back into that tabletop position. Come up on those knees. I'll turn this way so you can see me a little better. Extend that right leg out to the side. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, take that right arm to that right shin or thigh, wherever is accessible. Arm can stay here on the left or streamline it with me, taking that bicep to the ear. Inhale, palms come up. Create the space in the spine. Exhale, take that left hand to the mat. Option for that right arm to stay here or join me in that streamline, feeling that beautiful lateral stretch here in the body. Inhale, come up, arms come up. Hands down to the hips and switch. Right knee goes down, left leg extends out to the side now. Inhale, reach those arms up, you look great. Create the space in the spine. Exhale, guide that left hand now to that left shin or thigh. Option to streamline that arm. Gosh, these feel so good. Staying in that coronal plane, think of that glass in front of you. Inhale, lift up, guiding yourself up. Exhale, take that right hand down to the mat. Option to join me in that streamline. Whatever feels good for you, I love it. Yes, and guide yourself back up, yes. Inhale. Exhale, arms come down. Excellent. Take it down to that forearm plank on those elbows. Option, yogi, if you need to be on those knees, you're welcome to do so. Here we go. Lift that right leg, hold. Squeeze. Gently lower. Lift that left leg, hold. Squeeze. If you're on the knees, you're doing the exact same thing. Lower. Here we go. Right side lifts, protracting through those shoulders. Still remembering that yogi grip. Lower. Lift that left leg. We've got this. Yes. Keeping that hip internally rotated. Lower. One more. Right leg lifts. Ooh, feeling that heat. And lower that tapas. And lift that left leg. We've got it right here. Beautiful hold. Option for that down dog, or join me here by walking those feet in towards those elbows. Pulling that navel to spine. You're amazing. And walk it back out to that plank position. Hold. Press up on that right hand, up on the left. And one more. Lower down on that right forearm. Lower down on the left. This time, press up with that left hand and up on that right. Hold. Meet me in that down dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Option here to pedal the knees if that's what you feel inclined to do today. Strong yogi grip into the mat. Amazing work here. Look forward, shift forward. Exhale, lowers you down. Lower to the knees. And strong cobra tail. Press those toenails into the mat as the inhale lifts you up. Exhale, take it back. Down dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Take a moment, take another breath. Feel those hips lifting up and back. Lower to the knees. And that right foot comes forward. Give yourself that low lunge here. No rush right now. We're just warming up the body. Take that bind. You can clasp the fingers or take a hold of that forearm. Hinge forward. Long spine. Left hand comes on the inside of that right foot. Rotate open towards the right. Fingertips reaching. Exhale. Take that right hand on the inside now of that right leg. Rotate open towards the left, reaching up. Feeling that pressure cooker sensation of that right tricep into that right thigh. Bring it back. Center. Frame that right foot. Take it back for that well-deserved split, that half split. Notice I still have a long spine here. I'm not arching forward. Always being mindful of that. Maybe point the toe, flex the toe here. So good. And great job. Tuck that left toe underneath, frame that foot, press it back into that plank position. Hold. Sweep that right foot back. 3-point down dog. Cross that right foot behind that left, bend that left knee if you need to for that cross-legged down dog. Come up on the toes, come center, meet me in down dog. Feel that upward rotation of that scapula. And meet me in that plank, lower to the knees. And now that left foot comes forward. And meet me in that low lunge. Hips are squared forward, no rush here. Remember, we're warming up the body. Take that bind wherever you are. Lift to create that space, long spine. Exhale, hinge forward. Right hand comes on the inside of that right foot. Rotate open towards the left. Left fingertips going up. Any amount, yogi, is a good amount. Exhale, bring that left hand on the inside of that left foot and rotate open towards the right. Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to smile. And frame that left foot. Give yourself that nice half split. Heel stays down, toes towards the ceiling. Remember that nice long spine. Love to say proud chest, be proud. Point the toe, flex the toe, whatever feels best. Feels good, doesn't it? Yes, it does. And tuck that right toe underneath, frame that foot, press back into that plank position. Sweep that left foot back, 3-point down dog. Internal rotation of that hip here. Heel is pressing to the back of the room. Can you squeeze that right thigh a little more? Yes. Cross-legged down dog. Take that left foot to the outside of that right bend, that right knee. You look amazing. You feel amazing. Remember what brought you to the mat today. Come up on those toes, come center, down dog. Always, yogi, use this time for that cleansing breath here whenever you need it, as this is our meeting point. Look between the hands, walk to the top of the mat. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees if you need to, forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Namaste Tahi. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back. Look forward, shift forward, lower to the knees. Exhale, lowers you down. Strong cobra tail here. Squeeze everything into the midline. Inhale, lifts you up. Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck the toes underneath. Take it back for that down dog. Pressing those heels down towards the mat. Maybe they touch, maybe they never do. That is okay. That navel is pulling into the spine. Look between the hands. Walk to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Namaste Tahi. Inhale, Urvastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step back, Vinyasa. Exhale, lowers you down. Inhale, lifts you up. Option for that up dog now if you choose. Exhale, meet me in down dog. Feel those hips lifting up and back. Don't forget about that strong yogi grip. Look between the hands. Walk to the top of the mat. Ardha Uttanasana. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Namaste Tahi. Inhale, chair pose. Squeeze the knees in towards the midline. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, Vinyasa. Meet me in down dog. Remember to breathe. That left toe turns out 45 degree. Right knee comes in through the midline. Plant that right foot, ground that left. Reach up. Virabhadrasana. One, warrior one. Squeeze that left thigh. Keep that hip internally rotated. Frame that right foot. Step it back. Vinyasa. Meet me in down dog. Strong yogi grip. Shoulders away from the ears. Right toe turns out 45 degree. Left knee comes in through the midline. Plant that right foot. Ground to the left. Reach up like the strong warrior that I know that you are. Continue to breathe. Reach those fingertips towards the ceiling. Exhale. Frame that left foot. Step it back. Vinyasa. Take a moment. If you feel yourself drifting away, bring yourself back to this present moment that we have. Gratitude for the mat, gratitude for this breath. Look between the hands. Walk to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Stand up, Namaste. Whew. Tahi. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. That top as that heat is building. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back, Vinyasa. Left toe turns out 45 degree. Right foot comes in through the midline. Plant the feet, lift up. Squeeze that left thigh, warrior one. Internal rotation of that hip. Exhale, frame that right foot. Step it back, Vinyasa. Exhale as that down dog. Turn that right toe out 45 degrees. Step in through with that left foot. Reach up. Squeeze that right thigh. Tell yourself, yes, I can. Exhale, frame that left foot. Take it back, Vinyasa. Option for that Bhujangasana or that Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Meet me in down dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Strong yogi grip, hips lifting up and back, heels pressing down towards the mat. Look between the hands, walk to the top of the mat. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend the knees if you need to, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach up, chair pose, squeeze the knees in towards the midline, reach up. Samasthiti Tahi. Beautiful. Inhale, chair pose. Listen carefully, yogis. Exhale, rotate open towards the right, extend the arms. Inhale, reach up, center. Exhale, twist open towards the left. You've got it, squeezing those thighs. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back, Vinyasa. Meet me in down dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Left toe turns out 45 degree, right knee comes in through the midline, plant that right foot, ground that left, reach up, Virabhadrasana, one, hold. Can you reach those fingertips a little higher? Can you squeeze that left thigh a little more? Step that left foot in. Square those hips forward for that pyramid pose. Reverse namaskar hands if it's accessible, or take the bind. Inhale, lift up, create that space, elongated spine. Exhale, hinges you forward. Straight legs here. If not, option to bend that right knee. Long spine as you hinge forward. Heart energy still shining forward. You look amazing. Feel the abduction of that scapula. Arms reach out in front of you. Come on to that right leg. Squeeze that right thigh. Bring that left foot, sweeping it back. Warrior three. Squeeze it like you mean it. Option here, yogi, to have that block. Here we go. Open up to that half moon pose. That left arm rotates open towards that left, as well as that hip externally rotating, pressing that left heel to the back of the room. Open up, warrior two. Yes, there you go. Heel to arch alignment. Feel that scapula pulling apart. Exalted warrior two. Take that left arm behind you. Streamline that right arm. And windmill forward, Vinyasa. Look forward, shift forward. Meet me in down dog. Beautiful job. Take a moment, take a breath. Sweep that right foot back. 3-point down dog. And cross-legged down dog. Take that right foot behind that left leg. Bend that left knee. Come up on those toes. Come center. Down dog. Look between the hands. Walk to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Uttanasana. Stand up, Samasthiti. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, twist open, reaching with those fingertips towards the right. Inhale, reach up, come center. Exhale, twist open towards the left. Inhale, reach up. You've got this. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back. Vinyasa, look forward, shift forward. Meet me in down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right toe turns out 45-degree. Left knee comes in through the midline. Plant that left foot, ground that right. Reach up with that beautiful warrior sword. Squeeze that right thigh. Keeping that internal rotation of that hip. Step that right foot now forward, squaring those hips towards the top of the mat. Pyramid pose, Uttanasana. Take that reverse namaskar hands if it's accessible. Inhale, lift up, create that space. Exhale, hinge forward. Bend that left knee now, yogi, if you need to. You've got it. If those legs are straight, squeeze the thigh. Don't allow that hip to externally rotate. Keep it internally rotated. Feel that abduction of the scapula. Arms reach forward for that warrior three. Come onto that left foot, lifting that right foot, squeezing that left thigh. Keeping that internal rotation of the hip. Now opening up to that half moon. Left hand goes down to a block or on the mat in front of you. Rotate open now towards the right. This one's certainly challenging for me. It's always about challenging ourselves. Pressing that right heel to the back of the room. Here we go, warrior two. Heel to arch alignment. Open up, hold. Feel that scapula pulling apart. Squeezing that right thigh. Let's exalt that warrior two. Streamline that left arm. Right arm comes behind you. And windmill forward. Vinyasa. Look forward, shift forward. Yes, take your option for that cobra or that up dog. Whew, that tapas is real for me today. Meet me in down dog. You look great. Sweeping that left foot back for that 3-point down dog, keeping that internal rotation of that hip, pressing that heel back, and cross-legged down dog. Take that left toe to the outside of that right foot, bending that right knee if you need it. Come up on those toes, come center, meet me in that down dog. Hips lifting up and back, strong yogi grip here, pulling that navel in towards the spine. Look between the hands, walk to the top of the mat. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Stand up, Namaste Tahi. Great, stay at the top of the mat. I'm gonna turn towards you so you can see me a little better here. We're going into that Ardha Baddha Padottanasana, that half lotus pose or that tree pose. Take your option. If you're going with tree, you wanna place that right foot on that calf or above the knee. You never wanna be on that joint. If you're joining me, let's begin. All of that energy goes into that left foot. Take a hold of that right foot and bring it in towards the groin. Be mindful of the knee here. Squeeze that left thigh. Option to stay here, yogi, or join me by going for the bind. Wrapper is the grabber. That right arm grabs that left. And if you're able to grab those left toes, you go for it. I'm just not there yet, and that's okay. Squeezing that left thigh, locking that knee, pressing down to lift up, that root to rise. Breathe. One more breath. You may be here a little longer than you'd like. That's okay. Challenge yourself. And gently release. I love those. All right. Bring all of that energy now into that right foot. Feel that triangle with the ball of the feet and the heel. Option for that tree, or join me in that half-bound lotus, lifting that left foot to the groin, holding it with that right. Option to be here, yogi, or the wrapper is the grabber. Take that left arm behind you, take a hold of that right forearm or bicep, never again that joint. Squeeze that right thigh like you mean it. That's what we call by locking the knee. People are scared about locking the knee, but it's actually protecting when you're squeezing that thigh. We're not just locking that joint. Yes, continue to breathe. Remember that strong, victorious Ujjayi breath. Breathe that oxygen into the body. One more breath here. Gently release. Meet me at the top of the mat if you were not already. Here we go. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, twisting open towards the right with those long fingertips. Inhale, come back center. Exhale, twist open towards the left. Squeeze those thighs in towards the midline. Inhale, come center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back. Vinyasa, taking your option. Meet me in down dog. Continue to breathe. Left toe turns out 45 degree. Right knee comes in through the midline. Plant that right foot, ground that left. Reach up, warrior one. Squeeze that left thigh. Do not let the arch of that left foot collapse. Step that left foot in. Here we go, reverse namaskar hands, pyramid pose. Take your option. Inhale, create that space. Exhale, hinge forward. Elongated spine here, heart energy forward. Not pressing into those pinkies, pressing in towards those wrists, protecting the nerves there. Bend that right knee if you need to. Beautiful, yogi. Arms reach out in front of you. Warrior three. Bring everything onto that right leg. Lift that left leg back. Any amount is a beautiful and excellent amount. Right hand goes down to the block or the floor for that half moon. Externally rotate that hip open, pressing that left heel to the back of the room. Yes, come up. Warrior two. Heel to arch alignment here. You've got it. Yes. Feel that scapula pulling apart. Exalt that warrior two. Streamline that right arm. And take it over into that Utthita Parshva option to take that arm to the thigh or take it on the outside of that right foot. Streamline that left arm. It's as if it's accessible today. Yes, you can. Beautiful. Come up. Warrior two. Take a moment, take a breath. Pasarita Uttanasana, hands come on the hips, B, slightly turn those toes inward. You're towards the long edge of the mat. Inhale, lift up, create that space. Exhale, hinge that body forward. Bend the knees here, yogi, if you need it. Heart energy shining towards me. Hands stay on those hips. The elbows slightly lift up towards the ceiling. Rolling to the balls of those feet ever so slightly. Squeeze those thighs, yogi, if they are straight. Inhale, press down into those feet. Bend the knees if you need to guide you up. Remember that long spine, heart energy forward. Beautiful. Arms come out parallel to the floor. We're going into a lateral lunge. Touching the toe. Take it over to the right. Here we go. Right hip goes back, touching the toes with that left hand, crossing the body. Come up. Two more. Take it over. Come up. One more, you've got it. Yes, beautiful. Stay here. Turn it around and take it into that warrior one. Yes, now the toes, those right toes are at the top of the mat. Warrior one. Beautiful. Hold. Feel that internal rotation of that hip. Now step that left foot in, squaring those hips again towards the top of the mat. We've got that reverse triangle. Right hand stays on that hip. Reach that left arm up, fingertips shining towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift, create that space. Exhale, hinge the body forward. Taking that left hand to that right shin or a block on the outside of that right foot, or if it's accessible, yogi, take that hand to that mat, not allowing that hip to externally rotate, keeping everything rolling in towards that midline. Bend that right knee if you need to. Press down into that right foot, bending the knee if you need it, pressing, lifting on that beautiful, strong inhale, long spine, heart energy forward. And hands to hips, mountain pose, step it up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back, vinyasa. Look forward, shift forward. Exhale, lowers you down. Inhale, guides you up. Let that breath guide you, yogi. Exhale, take it back. Down dog. Sweep that right foot back, keeping that internal rotation of that hip for that 3-point down dog. Option here, yogi. Join me in that down dog split. Point that toe externally. Rotate that hip open towards the right. Option to join me in bending that knee. Oh my gosh, this feels oh so good. If that knee was bent, take it back long. Internally rotate that hip back to that 3-point down dog and take it into that cross-legged down dog. Bending that left knee if you need it. Come up on those toes, come center yogi into that down dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Remember that strong yogi grip. Remember why you showed up to the mat today. If you felt yourself drift off, bring yourself back to the present moment right here, right now. Look between the hands. Walk to the top of the mat. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Yogis, take a moment. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back. Hold that plank. Just hold. Protracting through those shoulders. Excellent. Option to walk or jump between the hands. Come down to a seated position. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. And meet me in that nice, constructive rest. Knees are together, feet go wide. You're working incredibly hard. Take this moment. Focus on that breath. Allowing any outside distractions to be a part of your practice today. You've got it. In this moment, yogi, tell yourself 3 things that you're proud of, that you love about yourself. And if you're not able to easily think of things, it lets you know the work that you need to do to reflect inward. Extend those legs out straight. Reach those arms together behind you. Arms, fingertips reach towards the ceiling and use that core to pull you up one vertebrae at a time into that seated position. Sitting on those ichthyoparasities. Cross the legs, bring it forward, step back into a plank hold. Take it back into down dog. Look between the hands. Walk to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, Uttanasana, squeeze the knees. Exhale, twist open towards that right. Don't forget to smile, you're there. Inhale, reach up, Uttanasana. Exhale, feel those fingertips. Inhale, come center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into that plank vinyasa. That right toe turns out 45 degree. Left knee comes now in through the midline. Plant that left foot, ground that right. Reach up, Virabhadrasana. One internal rotation of that hip. Can you squeeze that sword more towards the ceiling? Yes. Squeeze that right thigh. Step that right foot in. Square those hips towards the top of the mat. Pyramid pose. Reverse Namaskar hands if it's accessible. Inhale, lift, create that space. Exhale, hinge forward, keeping that elongated spine. Bend that left knee if you need to. Heart energy forward. Yes, feeling that abduction of that scapula. You've got it right here. Squeeze those thighs if those legs are straight, yogi. Reach those arms in front of you for that beautiful warrior three. Energy now comes into that left foot only. Lift that right foot simultaneously, yogi. Any amount is a good amount. Squeeze those thighs. Press that right heel back to the room. Use that yoga block if you need it. Left hand comes down to the mat or the block. Now start to externally rotate that hip open towards the right. Squeeze the thighs. Yes, pressing that right heel towards the back of the room. This is a challenging one for me and I love it. Thank you for being here with me for it. Yes, warrior two. Here we go. Step it back. Heel to arch alignment. Feel that scapula pulling apart. Squeeze that right thigh. Exalt that warrior. Streamline that left arm. Squeezing that right thigh. And take it into that Utthita Uttanasana, extended side angle option to float that left arm. Take that left hand to the outside of that left leg on a block or to the floor. Streamline that right arm if you're in it today. Press down into that left foot, come back up. Warrior two. Pasarita Uttanasana B, hands come to the hip, wide leg forward, fold. Slightly turn those toes inward if no sciatic issues. Hands on those hips, inhale, lift up, create that space. Exhale, hinge forward, bend the knees here, yogi, if you need it. Elongated spine, heart energy staying forward, rolling ever so slightly to the balls of those feet. Feel those elbows lifting up towards the ceiling, the abduction of that scapula. That gaze is looking back towards the horizon. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale lifts you up. Keeping that long spine, that heart energy forward. You've got this. Yes, excellent. Arms come out parallel towards the floor. Turn those toes and knees forward. And here we go, taking that lateral lunge. Right fingertip now towards that left toe and come up. Yes, taking that left glute back like you're sitting into a chair. And one more, you've got this. And take it in, windmill it around for that warrior one. We are now in that internal rotation of that hip. Can you squeeze that right thigh a little more? I believe that you can. Step that right foot in, here we go. Now that left hand goes to that left hip. Awesome job, we've got that reverse triangle, here we go. Feel those right fingertips towards the ceiling. Exhale. As you lower down, hinging forward, make sure you're not rotating that hip open. Keep everything rolling in towards that midline. Bending that left knee here, yogi, if you need it. Honor where you are today. Take that right hand to that shin or to the outside of that left foot on a block or to the mat. Keep that long spine. No arching that back. Come on, you've got it right here. Bend that left knee. Press down into that left foot to lift up as you reach up. Inhale is guiding you with that long spine. Heart energy forward. Yes, you can. Yes, you will. Meet me in that mountain pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, Vinyasa. Meet me in down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Yogi, sweep that left foot back for that 3-point down dog, pressing that heel towards the back of the room. Point that toe, externally rotate that hip for that down dog split. Love this. Option to bend that left knee if that feels right for you today. If that knee was bent, extend it back straight. Internally rotate that hip for that 3-point down dog and cross-legged down dog. Take that left foot to the outside of that right, bend that right knee. Oh, so good. Take a breath. Bring yourself back to the present. Come up on those toes, down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Remember that nice, strong yogi grip here. You've got it. Look between the hands. Walk to the top of the mat. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Hold here, yogi. Squeeze everything in towards the midline. Yes, and lift those heels and lower. Lift those heels. Lower. Don't you love it? Squeeze it like you mean it. Lift and lower. Yes, reaching those fingertips towards the ceiling. 2 more. Lift and lower. Right here this time we're going to lift and hold. Stay here, yogi, or join me if you can. Slowly start to lower down, taking that seat to those heels. Yes, feeling that good burn. Excellent. And take it down into that constructive rest. Rolling down. Knees together, feet are wide. Oh, that felt good. Yes, take a moment. Maybe you choose to place your hand on that heart. You're almost there. Think about how far you've already come today. You should be proud. You showed up, you made a commitment to yourself. You made a commitment to this community, this Soulful Sweat community. And thank you for committing to me today. Extend those legs out, reach those arms out. Fingertips come towards the ceiling, and just as we did earlier, roll yourself up, using those abdominals to come up into that seated position. I'll turn this way so you can see a little better. We're going into that Western intense stretch. Here we go. Make sure you're sitting on those ischial tuberosities, those sit bones. I want you to squeeze those thighs. You're going to notice those heels may lift off. You're squeezing everything in towards the midline. Those toes are coming back towards you. Heels are pressing out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Option, yogi, to stay with those hands on the shins. Maybe it's just past the knees. That's okay. You can join me, or maybe you need a yoga strap with grabbing the bottoms of those feet. Notice this nice long spine here. Bend the knees if you need to. I'm not hunching over. Yes. Our energy forward. Nothing like an ice maker going off during your class. Staying present. One more breath, yogi. You may be here a little longer than you like, but I promise you it's worth it. We're squeezing those thighs that eventually releases them. And inhale. Reach up, exhale. Lower down. Now stay where you are. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. Slow, 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 slow. Control it. Beautiful. Arms reach up behind you, and you're making like a nice little, you clasp your hands together and leave your pointer finger and your thumb out. Here we go. Lift that right leg. Fingertips come up, and now go out to the outside of that right thigh. Pulse it. And come center. Bring it in center. And lower that right leg. Lift that left leg. Go to the outside of that left leg. Here we go. Pick it up the pace a little bit now. Come center. Beautiful. Lower that left leg. Lower the arm. Lift that right leg. Go to the outside. And come center. Lower that right leg. Lower the arms. Lift that left leg. Go to the outside of the left. Lift. Yes. Come center. You've got it. Lower that left leg. Right leg lifts. You look amazing. Go to the outside. Yes. Come center. Lower down. Left leg lifts. Come on. Keep going. Feel that burn. Yes. Inhale. Exhale lifts you up. Lift that right leg. You're almost there. Outside. Yes. Come center. Lower that right leg. And lift that left. Yes. Outside. Center. Feeling that tapas. Feeling that burn. Final one, yogi. Lift that right leg. Outside. Come on. Lower. Inhale. You've got it. Left leg lifts. Come on. And come center. Final one. And lift both legs up together. Take those feet out a little more than hip distance apart, and you're going to pulse in the center 15 times. Let's go. Good job. Bend those knees in. Give yourself that nice hug to the chest. And lower the feet down to the mat. We're going into a few bridge variations here, yogi. So those feet and heels are in line with the knees and in line with those hips. Palms are down on the mat. Let's lift those hips up towards the ceiling. Any amount, yogi, is a good amount. Honor where you are today. Yes, maybe you roll onto those shoulders a little more. Amazing. Squeeze those thighs. I always love when I do this. Every time I practice, I can feel the meridians in my body. And let's pulse those hips, baby pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Yes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently lower. This time, yogi, step those feet wide. So it's like you're making an M for Mel with your legs here. Press down into those feet and lift those hips up. Yes, squeeze. There you go. Roll onto those shoulders wherever you need. Always protecting that cervical spine here. Yes, again, we may stay here a little longer than you like, but breathe. You're almost there. This time, yogi, we're going to pulse those knees outward 10 times. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7. Feeling that outer glute, outer thigh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower down. This time, yogi, bring those heels as close as you can to those glutes, and we're pressing up. Option to join me by taking a hold of those ankles, rolling onto those shoulders, and lifting up for that bridge. Can you lift that pelvis a little higher? Yes, right there. Oh, even that little centimeter made the world of difference. Squeezing the thighs. I know those glutes are on fire. You've got it. You get to lower down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Option, yogi, to take this last bridge that we did, or join me by placing those hands down on the mat. Fingertips towards the shoulders here. Heels come towards the glute. And press up, lift up. You can stay on the head or press all the way up. You look amazing. Strong yogi grip if you're with me. Still protecting those wrists. Not allowing those knees to fall open. Squeezing the knees in towards the midline. And exhale, lower down in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. You did it, yogi. Roll over into that crocodile. Making that diamond shape with those fingers. Forehead goes down. Let's start to cool down. And press it back into that child's pose. Feet together, knees wide. Fingertips reach towards the top of the mat. Option again, yogi, to place that block underneath that forehead if that feels best for you. Inhale, walk those hands over to the left side of the mat. Feeling that stretch down the right side of the body. come back center. Inhale, walk it over to the left. Feeling that stretch now towards the left side. And come back center. Come into a tabletop here, yogi. Bring that pigeon forward with that right leg. So step that right foot forward. And any amount is a good amount for you. You may choose to place a block underneath that hip today. If that's what you need, that left leg extends back. Now, it's important in this pigeon that you're not allowing that hip to externally rotate. Again, we're keeping everything in towards that midline. There shouldn't be any tension in the body here. And walk onto those hands if you were down. Option to join me by taking a hold of that left heel, giving that quad a nice little stretch. Or stay where you are. Figure 4 is always an option in this pigeon. And release. Take that right leg back. Left leg comes forward for that pigeon. Lengthen through that right leg. Option again for that block underneath that hip if that's better for you. Pigeon or that figure 4. Ice maker's our friend today. Make sure you're not allowing that hip to rotate open. And if you're down, come up on those palms, and you would like to take a hold of that right ankle now for that quad stretch. Feeling that psoas open, that muscle of the soul. That is the only muscle we have that connects with the spine. Yes. And gently release, my beautiful friend. Take it down. Savasana. Cover with a blanket. Also welcome to lie on a bolster, child's pose, constructive rest. Maybe you want to place a block under that sacrum. Yogi, when you're ready, Roll over onto your favorite side, using that arm as a pillow. And whenever you're ready, you can press up and meet me in a seated position. Yogi, give thanks to yourself for showing up to the mat today. I give thanks to you for being a part of this Soulful Sweat community. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me today. I hope that you continue to show gratitude to your mind, body, and soul, not just when you show up to the mat, but every single day and moment. Continue to stay in the present moment so you can see all the beautiful gifts that the world has for us. The yogi in me honors the yogi in you. I bow to you and namaste.